Hey everyone, so let's talk about something anyone who's ever rented or owned a rental property knows all too well, the trust gap. It's this constant headache between tenants and landlords. Well, today we're looking at a platform called TenCheck that's trying to solve exactly that, and it might just be the future of how we all rent.
So, let's just get right into it. Before we can really appreciate what TenCheck does, we got to understand the problem it's trying to solve. You see, in the rental market, and this is especially true in places like Kenya, there's this fundamental challenge that just makes things difficult for everyone involved.
And it all boils down to this one simple question, right? Who can you actually trust? Think about it. For both tenants and landlords, this whole process is just full of friction. If you're a tenant, how do you prove you're reliable? And if you're a landlord, how do you know who you're letting into your property? It's a headache for absolutely everyone.
And this really breaks it down, showing the two sides of the same coin. On one hand, you've got tenants who have no real formal way to build up a credible rental history. On the other hand, landlords are just trying to find tenants they can rely on. This massive disconnect, it just creates stress, wasted time, and, you guessed it, a total lack of trust.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem pretty clearly. Now, let's talk about the solution. A solution that's built specifically to bridge that trust gap and bring some much-needed transparency into the mix.
And that solution is called TenCheck. Now, don't think of it as just another payment app. It's way more than that. It's really a central hub, a whole ecosystem where reliability is tracked, verified, and even rewarded. It's all about getting everyone on the same page.
So, the big question is, how does this actually work? You know, in the real world. Let's peel back the layers and look at the engine that makes TenCheck run. It's actually pretty simple, but really powerful.
And here's how simple it is. First, a tenant reports they've made a payment right in the app. Instantly, the landlord gets a notification. Then, and this is the key part, both of them confirm the transaction, maybe with just a single tap. And boom, the tenant's reputation score gets updated right then and there. It's all automated, super fast, and totally transparent.
And the result of this? Well, it's a pretty big deal. This simple little process creates something that's honestly kind of revolutionary. A rental history for tenants that's portable, credible, and backed by actual data. It's a reputation you can take with you from one rental to the next, and it's something landlords can finally trust.
But wait, there's more. TenCheck isn't just about logging rent payments. The vision here is much bigger. We're talking about building a complete rental ecosystem where everyone benefits.
And this is where it gets really interesting. It's not just about payments, it's a full-blown service marketplace. By tapping into its growing network of verified users, the platform starts to solve another huge pain point for renters. How do you find someone reliable to fix that leaky faucet?
I mean, look at this. The platform makes it so easy to find trusted professionals for basically anything you need. Got a leaky sink? Need Wi-Fi installed? You can instantly connect with verified plumbers, landscapers, technicians, you name it. And the best part? They're already trusted by people in your community.
Which brings up a great question. How does a community like this actually grow? I mean, how do you get everyone on board? Well, TenCheck has a pretty clever strategy for that.
It's really driven by the landlords. See, a landlord lists their property on TenCheck. Then, to get verified, tenants have to join. So right there, the network starts to expand organically. And as more and more tenants and landlords join, what happens? More service workers want in, because that's where the customers are. It creates this awesome self-sustaining cycle.
Okay, but for a system like this to work, it has to be secure and reliable, right? Of course. So let's talk about the foundation. What makes TenCheck a platform you can actually trust?
It really comes down to three main pillars. First, security. Super important for protecting everyone's data and privacy. Second, self-regulation. The community itself helps maintain quality through ratings and reviews. And third, automation, which just makes everything smoother, reduces mistakes, and boosts efficiency.
And don't worry, it's not the Wild West. There's an important layer of oversight here. An admin dashboard is used to monitor quality and make sure everything is running smoothly. But, and this is key, it does all this while making sure user privacy is always protected.
So, let's step back for a second. What does all of this really mean for the future of renting? Let's look at the big picture here.
It really all boils down to this one simple but really powerful mission: building trust in every single rental. Because TenCheck isn't just an app, you see. It's a fundamental shift in how we think about renting. It's about moving away from this messy, informal system filled with guesswork and stress, and moving toward a future that's transparent, that's based on data,
and that ultimately benefits everyone involved.
And that leaves us with one last question to think about. We've seen how a verified reputation can make renting better today, but what if it went further? What if that history of being a reliable tenant could unlock even more for you? What if your rental history became the key to a better financial future? It's a huge idea, and honestly one that could really change the game.